So welcome to Bunny's Designs. This is a live stream for ustream.tv and also recorded for YouTube for people to watch at their leisure. I'm working in my Creative Bible, which is a gorgeous, very tactile cover, and it has quite a lot of designs in it already for you just to kind of read and not worry about being very creative if you don't want to be. And so I've made this little plastic protecting cover, mainly to give me a flat surface so I don't dig into any pages behind. And I'm working with the 3 fine riggers that I normally work with, and my Derwent watercolour paper palettes, because it's a lot easier to work from a paper palette than it is from the end of a pencil. And I had a practice play in here, so I knew how to watercolour, how much water would be fine. No bleed through, but some show through. And that one actually is the professional watercolours. I was pretty sure I was using these. The Derwent, the Winsor & Newton professional watercolours. So you can actually work in any watercolour medium as long as it's with the rigger and it's just a damp brush. But it does work with anything else. So that's nice to know. You don't have to go out and buy 72 Derwent pencils. But they are a bit fab, but I'm just a bit biased. I do like my pencils. So that's where we are at the moment. So I'm trying to keep in frame. I hope everybody's okay. So Dorothy and Terry T, 3, and Sandy, and I can't see anybody else that's with us. If I've missed you, welcome to Bunny's Designs. Again, I'm not really being terribly creative. Just found another leaf there. But this is a really peaceful, quiet way to work. And I really like working this way. You don't need much space, you don't need much water. And it's just a peaceful... The only thing that's noisy is turning a page over. So I quite like that idea. I'll put that on there. You know, I can see. Sorry, that's the else. I don't know what's wrong with the Lurcher. She's been moany pants all day, so I know Samantha's not coming home today, but she won't know that. Although knowing our dogs, they probably do. They've all been a bit naughty today. I think I'm coming to the end of those pencils. I think I'm going to have to scratch some more colour into there. It's probably a little bit too peaceful, this. I think it's very peaceful. And and it's dried almost immediately, which is wonderful because it's very easy to put your hands back on there So I need a ladybird colour. So I'll go for, I think Madder Carmine. It's not too pinky, our little ladybugs. Let me just see if we can stroke the colour. So we've got a little ladybug, and then we've got some, I'm going to put these down as yellow daisies, I think. So I'm going to use the lemon cadmium because it's a very, very bright, nice yellow, that one. And I'm not really thinking about too many highlights at the moment. I'm just stroking in a very, very damp, just dry damp, I should say, not very damp, very dry colours. Because this is a very pale lemon, so it's quite nice for this. I didn't really want anything so vibrant. I want to be kind of subtle and muted colours. I've got lots of other things that I can use vibrant colours for. And I think I want a lemony and deep chrome in the centre. And if I really wanted to just tease out a little bit of colour there. So again, I'm using this number 2 lemon cadmium. And if it's easier to just do all of them, just do all of them and then just go back in with that deep chrome. Or was it mid chrome I did? I think I like mid chrome. I think these are really, really simple little daisies. So I hope everybody's well, and oopsie, and I apologise if I've missed anybody. I haven't got a button that tells me everybody who's about. So please don't think I've missed you out, it's just I haven't seen you. I like that chrome colour actually, it's quite nice, is that? I mean, these are quite nice quite pale colours, these. I think my colour's still off, I'm just going to have a bit of a play. That green is just not quite green enough. That might be better. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Oops, wrong yellow. So you should almost get a full flower from one paintbrush. So that's got to be quite good because you don't have to keep going back every 5 minutes. And then the chrome can be used And then if you wanted to add some little highlights and shadow. So of all the pencils and all the supplies in the little book, these pencils are the ones that do not have any show through at all. And I really like that. And that's why I've chosen them. And some are quite vibrant, but I like the idea that one page is on, it's almost dry. And then you can't see anything when you turn the page over. Hardly anything. That's not dried actually. That's the daisy that I've just done, but you can't see anything else. So I do like that idea. Have to say, I like that idea. Oh, hi, Ify. Welcome to Bunny's Designs. Oh, hi, Gingo. Welcome to Bunny's Designs. I'm having a very peaceful, tranquil time colouring in my gorgeous Creative Bible. So I had a bit of a play last week and the week before, I think last week, and found that with a very, very damp but dry brush, you can get a fairly nice watercolour effect without dampening your pages too much. And then you can iron it to have a crinkle-free page. And I do like these nice, subtle, pale watercolour effects. I've got lots of other books to do lots of other things in, so every time I do this I find another daisy. I've done them pink up there, look, but never mind, they're daisies down here now. I wanted to leave the birds as white doves, but I'm not quite sure now. And that looks more like green grass. Might have to think, but I'm going to do this, I think I'll do this colour. So because the colours are pale, and because the way of working is quite simple, I think it just lends itself to some really nice quiet contemplation. You know, I was going to say have hair dryers on, but it sounds like a hairdryer. It's the Hoover. So that Hoover sounds blocked, but we're not going to go there. That Hoover does not sound well. Dear goodness me. Poor lad. My poor hubby, bless him. He's come home, he's made me something to eat, and then he's hoovering. Bless him. So we were thinking about going out for a meal or going out for a beer, or because our youngest daughter is having a sleepover and she won't be back until next week. Our middle daughter is at uni and our eldest isn't here with us for a long time. So we could have a wild party and we just think we might just have another night. Put our feet and watch television. So all this time getting rid of the kids, and now all we want to do is just sit and snooze and watch TV. But never mind. Oh, sorry, King, have you got a black screen? Oh my goodness. One of the ladies earlier said she got kicked out 5 times. Ustream nearly didn't save my first recording at this morning. It was touch and go whether it kept it or not. So something is definitely happening with Ustream. So I know that's very boring, but I quite like that. It's really simple. I don't have to think about it because every time you pick the Bible up, it's the first bit you read again. I think that's just really simple, so I'm going to leave that for the time being. And I can actually wade through Genesis because I've read it quite a few times, so that's not a problem for me. Obviously we're going to do the night indigo. I think I did the dark to light and light to dark, or day to dark and dark to light. Yes. I think, methinks, that might work. So, it's quite a nice colour, that. So has anybody got any questions? 3 times. Yeah, I'm sure somebody earlier said they were kicked out about 5 times and had to give up in the end because it just drove her insane. Is everybody else alright? Oh, hi beloved ghost, welcome to Bunny's Designs. Anybody else I've missed? I thought I would just be a little bit creative in my in my journal, my creative Bible. It's a fairly quiet way of working, and it's I can't see that very well. Can we just looking at that? To be a bit careful, I've got this little tail on the end of the. I think that would have been a good colour for the Harry Potter book. That we started with acrylics yesterday. So I'm really sorry, I was miles away then. I didn't know actually where I was. Miles away. I hope everybody's alright. Are you back in again? Oh, hope you stay in. I don't think it's anything I've done, but do tell me if it is. But I do know we had problems earlier. But I don't think it happened to anybody else. I think it was just if you bear with me 2 seconds, I will have a look. Oh. Now I'm frightened to touch the screen now. I don't know who it was this morning. It's all disappeared now. Somebody earlier this morning had a lot of trouble. So it's doing quite well. Look, it's not showing through, and this is indigo, so it's quite a dark colour. Although I'm using it fairly lightly. Don't know why hubby's decided to go up and downstairs. Oh dear me. So I hope you're all well this fine and dandy November. My little girl's stopping away all weekend. So we're going to have to do everything on our own now. Oh dear, that's strange. So we're going to have to get it for the dogs, and I think I'll do that one. I kind of there's a sky. Oh, that's a sky blue. I think I'll do that sky blue. That is quite pale. I might do that just. It's very pale, is that one? That's a little bit too wet, really. We're going to get a crinkle with that. But never mind. I can live with a crinkle. I've got my trusty little travel iron. And so the drier you can work, the better it is for the page. And so that's, you don't have to iron it, but so you don't have to iron it there and then. You can iron it if you're away. You can iron it when you get back. But I didn't want to be bothered with hair dryers or heat guns. I just wanted to be able to sit and do it. Oh, that's good. Yeah, if in doubt, don't touch anything. Yeah, if in doubt, leave it alone. What did we say in Yorkshire? If it's not broke, don't touch it if it's not broke. Now I need a bit more of a sky blue for this one. This is well, that's the sea. This could possibly have been a bit poddling in and out. Come on, little man. Why do you want to be in here with me? I'm going to go to a bigger brush, although a bigger brush normally means more water, so I've got to be a bit careful. Sorry, there is footsteps, tiny patters of tiny feet across the small terror. It is trotting around, upsetting everybody and telling everybody to run round, which he normally does. But he's a bit naughtier than normal. So, and I'm going to make a deep sky, I think, underneath. So, bring that down a bit. Oh dear me. So I keep thinking it's Friday, but of course it isn't. I don't know why I keep thinking it's Friday. Just got this Friday feeling, and it's not. It's not Friday. Now that's a little bit wetter than I normally work. Oh, sorry. They're just puddling in and out. It's like, oh, let's run around the kitchen and make little tapping noises. If there were toddlers, you'd understand that they're going to be naughty, but just they were quite good earlier. They did sleep, and then it's like when they're awake, it's goodness me. What naughtiness can I do? The others are fine. It's just little rat bag. So I'm quite enjoying myself. It's very quiet. Oh, it's not just me then that thinks it should be Friday today. I wouldn't mind. It's not that I've actually done a lot. It's just I know why. It's because I was in Ireland until early hours of Tuesday morning. That's what's done it. So it's kind of, it throws you if you're not at home for a full week. That's a little bit wetter than I'd like, but it's a bit crinkled. But I am working quite wet there, but it will dry. I mean, it's damp. It's not wet in the sense that we think of watercolour. So if anybody's got any questions, pop them in caps. And so I now need beautiful blue. I do need actually a small brush. I thought I got right across, but I might actually get all the way across the sea. I've got a kink on this one as well. It's right on the end of this brush. It's quite subtle as that, but again, I'm quite enjoying working fairly dry. Didn't really like these leaves, but I might be a bit bolder this time. Again, the bigger brush does cause a bit more dampness than the others. this is quite therapeutic and meditative, to be fairly quiet, thinking about things. Oh, did I say something about being quiet? Being quiet. Oopsie. Oh, I think that's a curled up leaf, isn't it? Yep. That's a curled up leaf, and that's a curled up leaf. So has anybody got any questions? Anybody? It's just very similar to working in the Colin Thompson book, although not really doing a lot of working a little bit dry, just a tidge drier, not much drier, but just a little bit drier, because these pages really are fairly thin. Well, I'm glad it's okay now. Kingo, getting thrown out's not fun. So I'm quite enjoying. It's very peaceful. Way to work. It's not very energetic, I'm afraid. It's not. You're not going to have a workout doing this. Whereas if you're scribbling all those pencils into the thing, I think you will be. It's a very boring thing in a way if you're not actually, because everybody knows how to do this, really. A little bit of a crinkle, but not much. See, the bigger the brush you have, the less control you have. So I'm going back to the medium one because I want... Oh, I thought my husband was upstairs. And I just thought the dog was having a conversation. So that would be scary. A little bit of pink in there, I think. Would be quite nice. That's quite a nice effect that I've not done before. And then we have either cherries or rose hips. And obviously it's got to be grapes, I think. So I want a grape colour. I can't believe it's so quiet. It's not normally like me to be so quiet. That's quite nice and flat. Probably do... This is a deep green. Again, I like these because they don't, you know that they're not going to show through. And there's still enough colour in here. I mean, there's 72 colours to choose from. But I'm not going to get bored. And I can always variegate the leaf if I want. Put a shadow under it if I feel that it needs a shadow. And I just think there should be a leaf behind there, but I've missed a grape. I did use that very pale. And there's one there, as I thought there was. That's better. Sometimes you can see things, and other times they can be right in front of you. And you have no idea what they are. So I'm probably going to go for a bit of a pink colour, I think, on there. We'll push the boat out with this one. So it's a sheep. Try to get a bit of a variegated thing behind there, and then I need to put this one. It's going to be working backwards, but it's not impossible. So if anybody's got any questions, pop them in caps. So again, I've got quite a nice, and it's a bit crinkly. It's a little bit crinkly, but it'll settle down. It's basically the biggest surface area. The bigger the crinkle, basically. So if you can do small areas, that's better. I'll pick these off while I've got green on there. And then I think that might be an orange flower. If I tease all this colour out here. Oops. So I hope this isn't too boring. It's very therapeutic for me. olive greens. I think you've got to concentrate a bit because it's a small, tiny little area. It's a bit like the Colin Thompson, but you know, it's a small area, and so you have to think about, although it's on the next page, you've got to think about the apples and what colour we're going to do the apples. So again, I quite like the idea that that is really, really, really dry. I think this would be the red colour of an apple. So if you're really quick, you can tease it down. If you're not, you need the bigger brush. But bigger brush means wetter and more colour. There's quite a lot of water on there. Well, that's worked out okay. There will be a little bit of crinkle. I'll show when I've finished. So is everybody busy on other projects? Could do with a little bit of yes, this would have been a lovely colour for the Harry Potter book. I almost wish I hadn't done it now, but never mind. I wouldn't think you could put a Posca pen on here to do the white if you've gone over the little white stars. I was just thinking that then. Maybe a white gel pen might just be able to go on it without damaging it. because it's a little bit tricky getting a nice watercolour effect. So I'll try that in a second. Now if you wet a space twice, it will crinkle, because I found that out last time, so that is going to have a bit of a crinkle on it, but it hasn't shown through. And that's a really dark colour. That's indigo. It's a very dark colour, that, and it's not gone through, so that's good. It's a bit crinkly. Right. Oopsie. Pale purpley mountains in the background, I suppose we could have, couldn't we? Oops, they're a bit pinky purpley. Definitely going to have to get the iron out to this one, because I do like the subtle colours, I have to say. I'm quite enjoying myself with these colours. And to put some colour down. So I need to be a little bit darker down here. Oopsie. It's very wet, isn't it? Right. So let's I hope this isn't too boring for everybody. It's I'm very quiet. I might have to it's It's just, you go into your own little space, I think. You go into your own little world. But you can actually use any colours that you like. And so I quite like that idea. And I can look for that gel pen now to see if I can put those sparkles back into the back into there. It's crinkled a little bit. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's growing on me a bit. It's growing on me a bit. I think it's because it's also a funny angle as well for me to get to. It's not an easy page because you're falling off, because you've got to hang your hand on the end, and it's not comfortable. It's not a comfortable position, so I'll persevere for a little bit longer. So we'll have a blue dolphin, I think. We'll have a blue dolphin. Oh, we have that. Naughty boy will not stop. So we've got rid of the kids and we've still got the monster. Although somebody I work with at the Abbey sent her dog to away for the weekend so they could have some peace because he's too naughty, and I kept thinking, yes, the only thing is I wouldn't want Alfie back. But when he's asleep he's lovely, but you don't know what he's dreaming about, do you? Here he comes. Hello, Tribble. Do you want to meet the Tribble? Hello, Tribble. Hello. Here's Trouble. Here's Trouble. This is Trouble. This is Trouble. Why do you want to be Trouble? You've just been a naughty boy. So we can't get anything done because Trouble wants attention. Don't you? You're slipping off. You're slipping off, aren't you? You can't stay there and go to sleep. That's what you want to do, isn't it? Snuggle Mummy. Right, going to go down and be a good boy. Yes. Down you go. Go sit under there where you normally sit. Good boy. Come on. No, he's decided he's not going to be a good boy. He's going to be a bad boy. And if he can't get his own way, then he's just going to tot up and down and make noises. I told you it was very quiet, and it is quite nice though. As I say, I think when you're doing something like this you don't really want to be jumping about a bit, but it could possibly be... Oh, I've got a wire down again now. He even annoys the devil out of the others as well. He's just a bad puppy. Yes, but he's not cute when he's busying somewhere where he shouldn't be busying. Oh, hi Suzanne, welcome back. Yep, little Alfie. Now the clownfish are the yellow with red stripes or red. I think they're. Oh. How many times have I seen Finding Nemo? And we were watching the NCIS last night, and that had a clownfish on it. Still can't remember. I think they're gold with red, aren't they? Come on, little. In your own time, phone. My phone's decided it's not going to play. I'm definitely losing my marbles if I can't remember what a clownfish looks like. There we go. It's orange with white stripes with black round. There we go. And that's quite a nice orange, is that, isn't it? So that's going to be a spectrum. Orange chrome. That's a little bit too wet, but we just get away with it. And there's our Finding Nemo. So the orange is actually quite dark, isn't it? That will do. So we've got a little clownfish. And an owl, and we're going to have another robin because we like our robins. We need a nice. I don't think I do them too pink, but never mind. Got a nice little robin, and that is a little bit wet, but not too much. We need a little. Oh, purpley dory. That's a little dory. It's turned out blue, not purple. And I don't know what colour to do that one. And a lot of fish and blue. So we've got the fishes and the birds and the sky and the seas, and then we've got the animals. And then we've got the humans. The humans. That's when all the trouble begins with the humans. think it's because it's a bit uncomfortable on this particular. It's just a bit uncomfortable. And I think last time I had something else to rest on. I can't remember what it was. That makes a bit of a difference. You do need that, I think. I think you need that to lean on. And then we'll just, obviously it's a little bit wet, but we're not just get away with it. And then again, like when we do the Imagine More for it, the further we get away, the lovely pale colours come out. Just touch in there, and a touch on there, and then his head. And then we'll have to have a little yellow beak. So we've now got a tawny owl. Could be a snowy owl, but I think it's a tawny owl. It's a very peaceful afternoon here, as long as the little rat bags behave themselves. So that might be a bit darker under there. So that would stand out a bit more. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you, Suzanne. Yep, I had a bit of a look. So that's what I've done so far. It's a little bit crinkled, but I'll iron that in a minute, and you can see that all ironed out. So we've got a bun, and we've got to do a thumper. So the thumper's going to be French grey. You should really have a pink nose, but and some probably it's a little bit dark, I think, maybe under there. Maybe okay with that. He was a Dutch. He was a Dutch grey, so we have Dutch. Gunmetal grey for our thumper. It's not much of a colour, but it's just a touch of colour to give him a bit of something. And they do have a white tail, and then he's going to have silver ears and a silver tail. But Thumper's spoiled still, bless him. That's quite a nice warm grey, that one actually. It's quite nice and warm. So that's our Thumper done, and I suppose we could give him a pink nose. Oh dear, poor Jean. I hope she gets better soon. There will be somebody else streaming. Normally, I don't know what time Jean comes on. Is it 5:30? We did say 1:30, didn't we? Which made it 6:30 in the UK, I think. Oh dear, I hope she gets better soon. I think everybody's under the weather with something or other. Oh, we need a brown polar bear. A brown grizzly bear. And I was watching the wild bears the other day, and I hadn't watched it for a while. And I turned it on, and the second I turned it on, the 3 babies fell in the water a darker snout. The 3 babies fell in the water, and they went over the edge and the deep bit, and I was having kittens. There's 2 greyish ones, and I would think they're paler, so they may be females. And there's a little dark, black, almost black bear. And the mummy just strode straight into the stream, and grabbed them as they kind of came flailing to the shallow bit. But there is a deeper bit at the other side that obviously she had to get them out of. But bless them, I haven't watched it for ages, and I'm just going to watch these babies die. So that was a bit. These baby bears. They're on the Canadian something bears. I'll tell you in a second. And when I was really poorly, I just watched them for hours. That's all I did is just watch the bears, because it was live, kind of 24/7. It's a river salmon. They go up for the salmon. I'm just obsessed by watching these bears. So it's just reminded me, because she looked like that when she was getting the babies out. So thanks, Dorothy, for finding out. Jean says she'll be better on Monday, so she'll be definitely streaming on Monday. The Katmai National Park, Alaska. Bears, Brook Falls. Got to watch these bears. Look at these bears, it's live. I hope that's not the mummy. Oh dear, that looks a lot deep. I don't recognise that bit. Can't bear to watch now. So have a look at the bears. Instead of watching me, watch the bears. Oh, I hope the babies are alright. That was 4 hours ago. I put it on for my mum-in-law, and she's 91. Oh, there's the bears, look. The babies are sitting with the mummy. She's got 3. She's still got 3. They fell in there. I suppose keeping an eye on 3 is quite a feat. So I love the bears. When I'm poorly, I just listen to the bears and the water. Oh, well, get well soon, Jean, please. Don't like any poorly people. So, I do like my little bun. So I'm going to do this, then I'll iron it, and then we'll call it a day, because this is like watching paint dry. But it does prove that it does work. There's a little bit of, I did that very wet, that bear. There's a bit of crinkle, but there's no show through, and that's because I've used the Derwent colours. So it is worth it, I have to say. So I've got a flesh pink, so I'm just going to go over the faces with a flesh pink. I don't think I want to be faffing about doing, and that is no good whatsoever. I need the bigger one. Now this is going to be a little bit wet, I can tell, because it's the big number 3 brush. And we'll just give them a little bit of something. No, not quite sure she's going to have bright red lipstick on, and we're not sure. Just give them a little bit of colour. It's just to get rid of that yucky white, pale white. I do the same on the Colin Thompson. Oh, yeah, we'll have to cut this short because the little one is winding the others up. Oh, geez. Who was it that called him a cutie pie? Yes. He's winding them up. And that's what he's doing because he's a terror. So, I'll just do the hair. Now this is going to say be a little bit wet. I have, oops, that is a bit wet actually. I have ironed this before on one of the other videos if you want to see it. But I may have to disappear very quickly. We'll do them both with blonde hair because the dogs have been horrendous. Is that his hair or her hair? We need a little bit of green here. So that's the end of that one. So I do like the colours. There is a bit of crinkle, but I can iron that out. So thanks everybody for stopping in. As I say, I better cut it short because I think the dogs are kind of creating. And what happened last time, they did that last time. And the minute my husband came home, the minute I stopped streaming, they were as good as gold. So it's for attention. He's just a rat bag. Who was it that called him cutie pie? I can't remember who said cutie pie, but he's gone past the cutie pie stage. Oh, somebody's still in. I don't know who's still in. Dexter. Now Dexter's cute. Dexter very often doesn't. He just goes outside and has a little wee and then puddles back in again. And it's like, let me in, please, now. I want to go back to bed. But he is quite old. He's probably about 95 in dog years. Dexter. Oh, he won't be able to hear me. Dexter. Dexter. No, he can't hear me. No, it's as deaf as a post. Deaf as a post. So I could do with a little bit of brown there. For a tree. What, struck them with a electric? Yeah, you wouldn't be saying that when you're chasing them up the street, and then you realise you haven't got your walking stick, and you're going to fall over in the middle of the road, and the lorries are passing you. Yeah, that's always a good move. That. Yeah, he looks like an angel, and he walks like an angel, but he's the devil in disguise. And when he eats tissues, which he invariably eats hundreds of tissues a day, and you never know what he's always eating something, and it's always a tissue. He steals things out of the bin. Anything disgusting he eats. It's just horrid. If he was a little boy, you'd just want to just And I can't remember what I was going to say then. Something derogatory about poor little Alfie. I can't think what I was going to say about him, but it wasn't nice. So we've got a bit of a mountainy greeny thing going on there, and then we just need a bit of brown for that. You see, because I said I was stopping streaming, they've calmed down now. Little toads. But we could do maybe a little bit of greenery down here under the bear.
There's a cup of tea there for you.
Thank you, darling. So it's a bit crinkly. Yes, it's just terrible. I don't know what it is about the King Charles, but they're just rat bags. It's just a rat bag. So I quite enjoyed doing that, actually. Sure, I'll be a bit blurred. So tried to show things fairly. I suppose that should be sea to sky, shouldn't it? I suppose for the sea and the sky birds and the mountains and the rivers and the water and the land. The sky and the sea. So I've got a bit of a crinkle. Yeah, it does sound quite nice, doesn't it? It's only a bit of a crinkle. And possibly, and I actually was working at some point a little bit wet. But if I put the iron on, I have to turn all the lights out because I've only got one socket and I've got 6 lights on one socket. But I quite enjoyed doing that. So I'll and again, you know, I only used probably 2 brushes there, didn't I? You don't need much colour, just to give a little bit of something. And again, I like these lovely pale colours for this type of work. Probably do bright purples and pinks the next time. So I'll stop this video. So thanks for watching.